It is not by chance that the company founded by Chance and Vought would create the most innovative and successful combat aircraft of World War II. Chance earned his engineering degree as a teenager and began designing planes. His first design flew a few days after his 20th birthday. In 1917, Vought started a company to supply the military with training aircraft. His VE-7 became the first to fly off an aircraft carrier in 1922. In 1926, Vought began designing combat aircraft in earnest. Moving to East Hartford, Connecticut, Vought and his engineers began to design fighters under the Corsair model name. Chance died in 1930, but his legacy would live on. As World War II neared, Vought engineer Rex Beasel's team was tasked with creating a fighter aircraft designed to be launched from a carrier. The aircraft had to match very specific Navy requirements. Beasel responded with what became the F-4U. The Corsair's distinction lay in its inverted gull wing design. The principal reason for the design was the need to drive the enormous Hamilton Standard propeller, yet obtain sufficient ground clearance. The propeller was over 13 feet long. Attaching the landing gear to the bend in the wing shortened the gear's configuration and fully retracted the wheels, reducing drag. The other remarkable design was the engine. The Pratt & Whitney R2800 air-cooled engine with 2,000 horsepower was the most powerful engine of its time. 1939 was also significant for the brief linking of two aviation superpowers, Vought and Sikorsky Aircraft in Stratford, Connecticut. Igor Sikorsky would go on to make the first successful helicopter flight that same year. Growing interest in the helicopter would soon end the two companies' relationship. Though designed pre-war, the Navy made significant changes to the aircraft, delaying the first shipment till late 1942. By the end of 1944, Vought in Stratford was turning out a Corsair aircraft every 82 minutes. Planned primarily as a carrier aircraft, a few issues needed to be worked out, and Corsairs were initially deployed as island hoppers in the Pacific theater. Both the Navy and the Marines realized the Corsair's potential as a dive bomber, and it was converted to be both. In combat, the Corsair had unprecedented success with an 11-to-1 air combat kill rate.
They call her the Whistling Death, because when she dives to attack, she sort of whistles. I guess when they hear that, they figure it means trouble.
The aircraft would continue production after the conflict and flew 45% of combat missions during the Korean War. The last Corsair left the Vought factory on Christmas Eve 1952, the last piston-driven fighter in the U.S. In total, 12,571 were built. Though Vought continued to design and build jet aircraft for almost another 40 years, the bent-winged bird would be their testament to American innovation.